Hello, thank you so much for popping by on Kasham's Logic. Here I just give my 2 cents on relationship to make relationships more meaningful. So I'm so grateful you found the time to watch this video. And today I want to talk about giving yourself a time frame to heal. A time frame to heal. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I know that a lot of people out there are hurting. They're hurting because they've been in a relationship and they're finding it difficult to move. So I just want to give one or two few tips on how you can move on after heartbreak in relationship. So basically, heartbreak is a source of emotional or even sometimes physical pain at the end or at the termination of a relationship. Heartbreak can also be from other losses like death and other things, but because this page is just for relationships, so we're talking about the kind of heartbreaks that comes as a result of an end to a relationship. It's okay to cry, it's okay to grieve, but the only problem is that most times people can stay stagnant, they can stay stuck in the past and fail to move on. So I just want to give some few things to help. But there was a poll conducted. It's not a full research, it's just a poll. And in that poll, out of some of the participants that were interviewed, they come up with this conclusion that it takes about 3 to 5 months for people to move on or to heal after the end of a relationship, and about 1.5 years if it's from a divorce. Though there are other theories that theorize that it takes about half of the time you were in the relationship to heal. That is to say, if you're in the relationship for a year, it takes you at least 6 months to heal. So there are different theories, and we know that life is not linear. What can happen for A might not be the same for B. So some people can take longer for some people to heal and shorter for some. But there are some factors that affect your ability to heal fast or not. One of which is commitment. What kind of relationship was it? If it was a committed relationship, perhaps you've been talking about marriage, or you were in a marriage, or perhaps if you're in a relationship, you were talking about having children, you were already talking about your future, you maybe have moved in together, you've introduced each other to your family and your friends. You're basically talking about future terms. So that is kind of a committed relationship. So people who have heartbreak from a committed relationship will find it difficult to heal faster and move on, as compared to people who are just in maybe a situationship, or just in friends with benefit, or maybe in a relationship that was not committed, even though it's serious. You can be in a serious relationship, but it wasn't committed. So depending on the level of commitment, that will determine how fast you're able to move on or not. And also infidelity. If your partner was cheating, there will be so much pain because you're a bit betrayed. You feel betrayed that your partner took your trust or played with your emotions or your trust, and that will also lead to the partner who was being cheated upon to really have a difficult time trusting their future partners. So infidelity can also slow the process of healing, and also the quality of the relationship. Some relationships, if you're in a relationship that is qualitative, you really feel like, wow, it's difficult to get over that because perhaps your partner was treating you like a queen, an African queen, or treating you like a king. So it's difficult to heal. However, after saying all this being said, regardless, you still have to move on. There's no time to waste time. So but one thing I need you to know is that if you are in a broken relationship, tell yourself it's okay to grieve. You can cry, you can do all that, cry as much as you can, because the more you suppress your emotion, the less faster it is for you to heal. So grieve, take your time and grieve it out. And next, you can maybe talk to your friends that are supportive. You can vent. So have your friends to vent on. Spend time with your friends and try to get distracted from thinking about your ex-partner. Anytime you think about them, try to find things that can distract you. It could be getting a new hobby, hanging out with friends, whatever can distract you. Try to do that. And also self-care. You need to take good care of your physical health by eating healthy, by exercising, anything that can help you feel physically empowered, and importantly, you have to have a balanced perspective, because at the end of a relationship, sometimes we can take the whole blame on ourselves. Sometimes we can blame our partners completely, but it takes two to tango. Having a balanced perspective will allow you to look inwards and see what was your fault in the relationship ending, or what is your partner's fault. If you're able to do that balance analysis, then it's going to help you to accept what's happening, and also help you in the future, or in your future relationship. And there's an author by the name Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. She wrote a book in 1969 called Death and Dying. And this research at the time she wrote the book was limited. It was just about terminal illness. But with time, it was taken to on every other phase, not of life, not necessarily just about terminal illness. In the book, she talked about the 5 stages of grief. So if we bring that context to this issue about healing, the 5 stages of grief is 1, denial. When you're in grief, you deny it. So you might deny the relationship has come to an end. The second one is anger. You get angry that it came to an end. The third one is bargaining. You're trying to bargain. People who are religious will try to bargain with God. If you can bring this person back, I promise I'm going to be a better Christian, or better Muslim, better Hindus, whatever it is. So they try to bargain to see if things can go back to the way it was. The 4th stage of grief is depression. And at that point, I guess you're really coming to terms with what's happening, and it's depressing. And then the last stage is acceptance. Usually when people accept their circumstances, they feel it a bit easier to carry the burden, or to carry to accept, basically to come to terms with what's happening. So those are the 5 stages of grief. So perhaps if you're grieving for the loss of a relationship, you might want to identify which of the 5 stages of grief you're in. But lastly, the most important thing I want to say about this is you need to give yourself a time frame to heal. I always do that for myself. In my past relationship, I give myself the time frame to heal. So I tell myself, look, I know this relationship means a lot to me, but I'm giving myself 3 months to get out of it. And once it's 3 months, I have to honor myself. I have to make sure that I have healed. Even if I haven't healed, I have to move on. But usually I remind myself, okay, you have 3 months, one more month to go, 2 weeks more to go. So perhaps try giving yourself a time frame to heal, and ask yourself, have I grieved more than enough? If you have, then please just try to come to a conclusion with your grief. It's not good for anybody that the grief prolongs. Thank you for watching, and please tell me where you're watching from, and don't forget to comment on my video and share, please. Bye bye.